All right, guys. Hey, what's up? It's Luis, aka Big Chief Burrito, and we got a super special show tonight. We're gonna have Jorge Gutierrez, director, creator, Book of Life, Miami 3. We're doing a 10th anniversary screening of the Book of Life as part of the San Diego Latino Film Festival, 31st edition. This is gonna be March 17th at 6 p.m. AMC. There's gonna be a ton of events happening during the festival, and we're gonna talk about them. So hang out. We're going to be live here in a second on Instagram. We're going to be live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Sophia's Facebook. We're all about it. So leave your comments in the chat. If you have questions for Jorge, put them in the chat. Also, we're going to be giving away two tickets to the screening. All you need to do is put hashtag Book of Life in the chat to be entered into the giveaway. If you're going to be able to be in San Diego on March 17th, go ahead and join. We'll get it going. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Mi Gente Show live with Jorge Gutierrez. We'll be back after our intro.
Ready? Go. 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 Oi, 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 oi. More energy, more power. Oi. Bloody hell, mate. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, mind that. Oi, yeah. More energy, more power. Oi, oi, that was mad. More passion. Let me see that footwork. Give it to them. More passion, more energy, more energy. Oi.
I don't know, whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do, it's a video, Sting video.
What is...
For credits.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
We obviously didn't communicate clearly. We're here to discuss your surrender, not mine.
Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una diva. Me preguntas si te quiero. Yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que pensar. Yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más. No estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivada y tú aburres mi corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Tú eres tan romántico molestando con una diva. Me preguntas si te quiero. Yo te digo que no estoy lista y no quiero comenzar. No hay nada que pensar. Yo te dejaré atrás. Mientras gano más y más. No estás en mi nivel y tú no eres obligación. No estás motivado. Corazón. Eres un idiota sin inteligencia y razón. Entonces déjame tranquila mientras escriba tu canción. Estoy aquí a disfrutar. Estoy aquí pero quiero gozar. pendejo, papi, ya no más. Déjame pendejo, papi, ya no más.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy Luis Martinez, aka Big Chief Burrito, live with you on a Tuesday.
Yeah, we stuck to Tuesday.
Hey, let me sit you over here, Sophia. Live and direct from San Diego, California. It's Mi Gente Show coming at you live from the Burrito Lounge in Chula Vista, California. Hey,
Yes.
what's up, Sophia?
I'm good. How are you doing, Lou? How's your week been?
Good. It's getting to be festival season.
Oh, we're so close. We're in March already.
We're in March. It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening. Are you excited? Nervous?
Yeah,
overwhelmed?
Excited. Are you excited about today?
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm actually like pinching myself still.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Love it. I'm playing it cool though.
Playing it cool? All right, that's cool. All right, well, as you guys know, Mi Gente Show is a proud sponsor of the San Diego Latino Film Festival. We've been doing the festival for the last couple of years. We're going to be live streaming the opening night and during some other events. I'm also going to be doing preview streams for the Arte Latino, Sonido Latino, and a bunch of the showcases. As the comedy curator, I selected the comedies. So we have a bunch of comedies and some comedy shorts. But one of the big things that we're doing this year is because we wanted to find some films to celebrate. And guess what movie turns 10 years old in 2024?
What movie?
I don't know.
What could it be? I have no idea. It's not on the title at all. No.
Listen, this movie walks so Coco could run.
Exactly.
And it's a movie that's I don't know if you would you consider. Let's ask the director of this. How about that?
Oh,
joining us to talk about the 10th anniversary screening about his life as a filmmaker and creative, Jorge Gutierrez joins us today.
Woo! Welcome on, Jorge. How you doing?
Sophia, Luis, thank you guys for having me. It's an honor, and I'm super excited to talk to you guys about
honors all ours,
and to you guys about everything.
All right, man. I saw you down here when the intro came on. You were vibing a little bit. You're like, what the hell's all this stuff?
Yeah. First of all, what did you think of the 5-minute intro?
It's the Desmadre intro.
It was pretty crazy. I like it. It was like everything. Somehow it was like a tapestry of insanity. I loved it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's our show in a nutshell, pretty much.
That's our show in a nutshell. Hey, thank you guys for tapping in. If you guys want to get tickets to the 10th anniversary screening of the Book of Life, do hashtag Book of Life in the chat, and we're going to give away 2 tickets. Thanks for joining us in Slave by Vegetables, all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh my!
Thank you for putting in Book of Life in the chat. Let's see. Vinzinger says, "Hey, don't forget Jorge did a ticket." How can we forget about it?
How can we forget what? Exactly.
We're not gonna forget about that. But Jorge, yeah. So again, thank you for joining us for the show. Let's jump right into it. 10th anniversary screening of the Book of Life. Just initially, what are your thoughts? Coming up on 10 years. Before we reached out to you, was it in the back of your mind that was coming up for you?
Yeah. I mean, the what's weird about the Book of Life is when it came out, it was 2014, and it made. I know it sounds like saying this stuff sounds ridiculous. Believe me, I know. It made $100 million, and that for an animated feature is not considered a lot, right? That's considered pretty small.
Wow.
For example, Coco made $600 million.
Oh.
But Coco cost $200 million to make. Book of Life cost 50. So Hollywood math is you should be tripling the investment. Right? For every dollar you've spent, you should be able to get that dollar back and 2 more. So when it first came out, they didn't know what to make of it, right? Fox at that time, having Guillermo del Toro's name on it was a blessing and a curse. A blessing because I got to work with Guillermo and it was an incredible experience, but he was known as a horror director, right? So most families, when they saw Guillermo del Toro Book of Life, they were like, "Is that a scary movie?" Yeah. So that I think that made especially white people made them a little nervous. And then when the movie first came out, there'd never been any Day of the Dead stuff in mainstream media. So people who didn't know would go, "What? A movie about dead Mexicans? Like, we don't want to see movies about living Mexicans, let alone dead Mexicans." So it did not really connect. And then something magical happened. It did incredibly well, as expected, in Mexico and Latin America.
Mhm.
And then it came out on Blu-ray. Again, this is 2015 now, right? Blu-rays are still being sold. It made $600 million on home video.
Wow.
It was
God.
the most pirated movie for 2 years straight, which I'm very
What?
proud of. In Latin America, I have bootleg copies of all, from Colombia and Argentina and Brazil. It's kind of amazing. And then the movie kind of just became its own thing. And then Fox got bought by Disney. So then Disney owns Book of Life and owns Coco. And so they started marketing them together worldwide. And then out of nowhere, this past Christmas, this just happened. Book of Life was top 10 worldwide on Netflix, all over the world.
Wow.
This past Christmas.
This past Christmas for 3 weeks.
Wow.
And they gave me the numbers, and I was like, this is more people saw it over Christmas than they saw it when it first came out.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. And so we get letters, and I'm on social media, so I get messages from people literally all over the world who are just discovering the movie, especially little kids, especially families. And it's definitely a movie that people have discovered. And I'm friends with the Coco director, Lee Unkrich. A lot of kids who watch Coco, they're like, well, I want to see more like stuff like this.
Mm.
And Disney goes, hey, if you like that, watch this one.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been kind of amazing. It's this little film, little $50 million film that just grew. And I had never directed a movie. The studio that made it, called Real Effects in Dallas, had never made a movie. So my production designer, first time he was a production designer, first time art director, first time writers, because I had never written a movie before. Like it's a movie of all first timers. And there's something I think amazing about when you don't know, you're fearless.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you take all these crazy risks. And I miss that because now I might know too much about the business and what's commercial and what's not commercial.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any of that stuff back then.
Yeah,
like I was told, first time you write these things, you're not supposed to put the name of the actors in the script. You're not supposed to put the name of the songs because mine's a jukebox musical. So I literally put in like Radiohead Creep, and I would put the lyrics and stuff. And when people would read it, they were like, either you're new or you're an idiot. Like those are the only two choices because you can't do that, Jorge. Because what if the band says no? And if the band finds out that you put their song on the script,
Mm-hmm.
then the record company's going to ask for a ton of money.
Yeah, they got leverage.
They got a ton of leverage. And
I
so,
was
for example, I'll tell you guys the story of Creep. So Creep, I wrote it in because I was in Mexico City at Garibaldi, this place where you go get mariachis and trios.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a band of mariachis, and the youngest kid in the band, he must have been like 14, 15, started playing Creep by himself. Didn't speak English, sang like a crazy non-speaking English version of Creep.
Nice.
And by the end of the song, everybody in Garibaldi was quiet listening to him. And everybody cheered at the end, and the kid was crying. And so I was like, that's a movie moment. I'm going to put that in the movie, and the lyric, I don't belong here. I graduated high school in '94, so that was my high school song in San Diego. So I put it in the script. Guillermo del Toro reads the script, and he's like, Radiohead will never give you that song. I couldn't get it. Other famous Mexican directors couldn't get it. No one can get that song. So I wrote Radiohead this crazy letter, and we did the storyboards for the moment. We hired a mariachi band to sing Creep, and we shot an iPhone video, which I wanted to put in the Blu-ray, but they wouldn't let me. And it's basically me saying, hey guys, I know you've rejected me for the song, but it's really important for the movie. I told them the story about, Garibaldi, and I go, and I know this song now belongs to the world, and people are using it in their own ways, and that's what I want to do with the song, and it means so much to me. So this is where trickery came into play. I said, So if you love the children of Mexico,
Nice. Nice.
you will allow us to use your song. And then as soon as I say that, the mariachi band pops up from behind me and starts playing Creep.
Shut up.
So send the video. 2 days later, I get a letter, well, an email, and it's basically, you son of a bitch, we love the children of Mexico. You can use the song.
Wow.
So that trick only worked once. I can't recommend anybody to do that. But yeah, that's I don't know how I went into that Radiohead tangent.
No, I love it.
This is a movie that changed my life. Literally changed my life. Changed everything. We look at our life and we go before Book of Life and after Book of Life. The movie happened. I went to, grew up in Mexico City. When I was 9 years old, moved to Tijuana because my dad thought Mexico City was too dangerous. For anyone who doesn't know, Tijuana in the 80s was like the most dangerous city in the world.
Yeah.
It was, narco juniors. It was crazy. I went to school like a lot of middle class Tijuana kids. I would cross the border every day to go to school in San Diego. Mm-hmm. So every day I was living in both countries. Every day I heard English and Spanish. Every day I felt like, wow, we're doing pretty good. And then you cross the border and you're like, oh, we're not doing good at all. Mm-hmm. Like being poor and rich every day was kind of crazy. And I still remember this moment when I was 9 and Border Patrol guy poked my belly and he said, "Did you swallow any condoms this morning?" Like, right? Like a drug mule. And as a 9-year-old, I was like, "What's a condom?" So it was one of those like you have to grow up at the border to get all those experiences.
Yeah.
So when I was about 14, my dad, who's an architect, said, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" Right? Classic Mexican dad. At 14, you have to decide. And I was like, well, I want to be a movie director, I want to be a writer, and I want to be a painter. Those were my 3 passions.
All artsy.
And it was in a family dinner. Everybody laughed, right? It was like I said, I want to be the Pope, and I want to be Batman, and I want to be Chavo del Ocho. Like that's basically what they heard. So one person in this dinner said, the stupid boy is onto something. That's animation. You get to make paintings move, you get to tell stories, and you get to make movies. And so my dad was like, all right, find the hardest school in the world for that. And if you can get in, maybe I'll let you study that.
Nice.
So this is early 90s, no internet. Find out about, the animation school called Cal Arts, which is like the animation school. Back then, it was clicking, so only one person would get in. It was super hard to get in. So I was told, you're going to get rejected over the years to get in. As a high school senior, as a, go to community college for a few years, you'll keep getting rejected. Eventually, if you keep trying and you keep getting better, you might get in. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm going to get in. I'm going to prove to my dad that I can do this, and it's my passion, blah, blah, blah. I called the school. Back then, you literally called the schools. How do I get in? And they said, oh, you need figure drawings and you need to show us some animation drawings. So I didn't know what both of those things meant. So I researched. And if you wanted to do figure drawing early 90s in Tijuana, you were basically drawing exotic dancers. Right? You have to go to Casa de la Cultura, and that's who the models were. And then I was painting my own stuff, all Mexican crazy stuff. And then I said, well, it's an American school, and the Americans love Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse and Bart Simpson and Bugs Bunny and all these American things. So I showed up as a high school junior, a year early, with a portfolio full of exotic dancers from Tijuana, American drawings of, Bart Simpson and Looney Tunes and all that stuff. And then I had a portfolio of my paintings. And I wasn't naive enough to think I could make a living as a painter, but I wanted to show my paintings to the art schools just to get feedback, right? Mm-hmm. So I go and I show my portfolio to the animation school, which is super hard to get into. And the guy who was reviewing portfolios was this older guy from Hungarian Holocaust survivor, super European tough guy. And he looks at my few drawings of exotic dancers, and he goes, ugh, what is wrong with these women? And I'm like, I draw from life. Terrible. and he puts them away, and then he looks. I can curse, right?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, because this is the story has a lot of cursing. He looks at my drawings of Bugs Bunny and he goes, "What is this shit?"
Oh
And I'm like, "That's Bugs Bunny," and he goes, "No, not Bugs Bunny, shit." And he goes drawing by drawing, and he's like, "Excrement!" Like he ran out of words for poo. And by the end, he was like, why do you poo in my eyes with these drawings?
So vivid.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
terrified.
Dang,
I'm
man.
17 years old, and I'm like, "What? I don't know."
Stop
goes-
putting my dreams more.
Yeah. And he goes, you are not, and the way he talked like Yoda, right? So he goes, "You are not an artist." And up until this point in my life, it's everything I've wanted to do is be an artist, right? So, and I had been told by everybody, "Oh my God, you can be an artist." So to hear a professional say it was kind of shocking. And he goes, "A copy machine could have done this.
Wow.
You have no voice. You say nothing." And I'm like, "I'm 17. What can I say?" And he goes, "At 17, you should already have a voice."
Plot twist.
Damn.
Plot twist. That guy went on to become Shakira's Shakira's music teacher.
So he closes my portfolio and he goes, "Find out something else to do, because again, like Yoda, an artist you are not."
Wow.
Dang.
So I grab my portfolio and I'm shocked, right? It's like someone just gut punched me. I walk away super sad, and the universe at that point took pity on me, and I left my painting portfolio on the table. So as I'm walking away, he opens the portfolio and his eyes go crazy, and he goes, "Hey, sad boy, come back." So I'm like, "Come back," and he goes, "What the fuck is this?" And it's a painting of a lady holding like werewolf coyote children, and I go, "Oh, it's a painting about the border. This lady had an affair with a coyote, and it's about multinationalism in the border, and how the coyotes are basically delivering border children to both sides." Like I basically tell him this crazy story, and he starts laughing, and he goes, "I've never seen that. Next painting." And every painting I tell him the story. Like, "Oh, this is a wedding, and the mariachis are dead because they died on the way to the wedding, but they didn't want to let the wedding down, so the skeleton showed up and they're playing and everybody's happy." It's like magic realism about Day of the Dead. And he's laughing at every painting. I had 10 paintings. And at the end, he goes, "Why did you do these?" And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, "That's the perfect answer. You are an artist."
Damn.
Why did you do that shitty stuff that you showed me earlier? And I was like,
Ain't taking you
because,
nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, because I thought that's what you guys wanted to see. And he said, "No, we wanted to see this.
Mm-hmm.
This is who you are. This is your voice. Swear to me you will only do stuff like this, and I'll let you into the school." So I got in CalArts as a high school junior. So as you guys can imagine, I had a crazy summer. I got a DUI that summer. I almost died multiple times. I might have partied a little too much in Tijuana.
DUI in TJ or in SD?
The DUI I got in the US crossing the border.
What?
The lesson to kids: don't cross the border drunk, and tell the officer, "I got drunk over there and it's legal."
Now I'm gonna drive over here.
Yeah, technically I was 18 when I got drunk. So almost ruined my life. But then I met the love of my life, Sandra, who I'm still married with. I went to CalArts and I got in, and I was honestly probably the worst artist in my generation my first year. And it was one of those moments where I was like, I got to my dream place, and my dream place was a nightmare because I couldn't compete. Everybody was so good. It was like the best of the best of the best of everybody in the world. And there were kids there who had been trying for 4 or 5 years, right? There was like 23-year-olds. And to me, as a 18-year-old, they look like full grown adults.
Yeah.
And so what I did, I'm autistic, and I didn't know I was autistic back then. But what I did was I literally studied my classmates, and I said, all right, I think I figured this out. What I learned was, especially at that school, artists are incredible bullshit artists about excuses. Right? They're like Michael Jordans of procrastination.
Oh yeah.
People come up with so many excuses. It's remarkable. I don't have the right paper. I don't have the right paints, the right software. I haven't seen blah, blah, blah movie or read blah, blah, blah script or read blah, blah, blah book to be inspired. I'm not inspired. Anything to not actually physically do the hard work.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody wants the glory. Nobody wants to do the actual hard, boring, super depressing work. So I said, that's it. That's how I'm going to compete. I didn't get to choose how much talent I was born with, but I sure as hell get to choose what I do with my time. So I'm going to outwork everybody, right? Immigrant mentality.
Like a true Mexican.
Right? I'm going to outwork all of you. And
Right.
I was like, I'm going to cheat. This is how I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat by doing more work and not tell anybody. So if I get a character design assignment, I'm going to design 10 and then turn in the best one. And that's how I'm going to cheat. Hey, you have to write a scene. All right, I'll write 10 scenes. Because I read the Robert Rodriguez book, and he said, and I took it literal. Every film student has 10 shitty shorts inside of them.
Oh,
The
yeah,
sooner you get them out,
we're all
the sooner you get to the good stuff, right? Rebel Without a Crew. Highly recommend that book to anybody.
I got it within arm's reach.
Yeah. So that's what I did. And I saw people in film school go, I'm going to make my masterpiece with my short. And then there's a cemetery somewhere with endless student films that were never finished because they were too ambitious. Right. So I said, all right, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do super producible stuff. I'm going to take each one like they're little bricks, and I'm going to build a house of work. And on this one, I'm going to focus on writing. On this one, I'm going to focus on color. On this one, I'm going to focus on editing. On this one, I'm going to focus on the acting. And I'm just going to focus on one thing on each short. And sure enough, making a short became not only second nature to me, but it didn't mean anything anymore. They were just little things. They were basically exercises for me to get better. Right. So all these things started adding up. My first year, you were supposed to do one short, and I ended up doing 4. And the school gave me full scholarship. So I ended up going for my BFA and my MFA. I did them both in 6 years. And I just outworked everybody. My girlfriend, Sandra, at the time, was going to Ibero studying graphic design. So I would drive to Tijuana every 2 weeks from LA and basically party 2 weeks condensed into 2 days. So the hangover drives on Sunday nights were eternal. Listening to Reggae Makosa and Laura Nacional.
Oh my God, Reggae Makosa. Mandatory Marley.
Yeah, Mandatory Marley.
Oh no.
Let me check in with everybody real quick. We're live with Jorge Gutierrez, director of the Book of Life. He's telling us a story about art school, growing up here in the border region. I do want to get caught up on a couple of comments here because everybody is joining us so far. But I did just to parallel something because, one of the reasons that I get along so well with my Mexican friends is because there's a parallel between growing up in Tijuana in the 80s and growing up in Medellin in the 80s, like I did.
Sure.
Because Medellin from like when I was there 87 to like 91 was basically the same as like, Tijuana. In the early 90s and stuff like that. So I'm I do have a kinship with the Mexican folks because of that.
We adopted him.
We adopted it. Yeah, I'm honorary. If you guys want to come watch the Book of Life, I do have to share. I'll share the link to buy tickets in a second. But let me get caught up because we got a lot of people that are tuned in today. Guys, if this is your first time watching us, do me a huge favor. Leave a like or a reaction wherever you're watching us. If you're not already subscribed, help us out by hitting the subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. We got people checking in from Winston-Salem. Thanks for stopping by, Allison. Johnny Papa's Book of Life. Hope you're doing better, Johnny Papa's. Vinziger wants to ask Jorge if he's going to do action adventure pack stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Jose Turriaga is in the chat. What's up, Jose? Let's see who else is here. Carlos Quesada, thank you for stopping by. Book of Life, you're in
There
here.
you go.
Let's see what's going on
Use
here.
the hashtag, everyone. Use the hashtag.
7 October's is
There
here.
you
Book of
go.
Life. What's up, 7? Bootleg hashtag bootleg film. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. Alexander says, "Oh my God, such a living legend." Let's see. Jose says, "Must watch Dia de Muertos movies." Macario, okay.
Oh, I like Macario, huge influence on Book of Life.
And El Muerto. Okay, yes. The kid. Oh, Kid and You Never Dies. What's up, Keithan? What's up? And I have been told I'm not a musician. I'd be crying. Oh my God. Okay, I think she's talking about when you were the other stuff.
Yeah.
Keithan said, I attended CalArts in 1990 for a short while. Super expensive. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Everybody else is checking in. Book of Life. You got to do hashtag Book of Life, but you're already in.
I think he already did. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're all
okay.
One. Bonzo, what's up, Bonzo? Only in America. Thank you. Alejandro, what's up? Hi, Jorge and mi gente. What's up, Alejandro? Good to see you again, brother. Allison says, hashtag Book of Life. All right. Okay. There we go. We're caught up. All right. I know, Sophia, you have some questions, but I want to knock out a couple for you, Jorge. What do you feel that Book of Life is a needle drop movie? I know that you wrote the you wrote the songs into the script, which got this in this. But do you have a favorite needle drop movie or needle drop movie in another things? And how do you feel in general about that?
I'm a big fan of needle drop movies. I saw Moulin Rouge. It was a crazy experience, but I saw it at the Cannes Film Festival. My final CalArts film won a student Emmy, and I got to go to the Cannes Film Festival and show it there. And so I saw Moulin Rouge in France, getting booed by 1,000 Frenchmen. It was kind of an incredible experience, right? Because an Australian director making a movie about France with no French actors, with needle drops from 100 songs from pop culture all over the world. It was kind of amazing to witness that moment, and I love that. I love that idea. And then again, I think for a lot of us growing up on the border, I think at least I felt that we are very privileged because we get to live with a foot on each side of the cultures. Right? We get to experience Mexican culture, we get to experience American culture, but we also get to experience border culture. And to me, the uniqueness of that is that we live in an in-between world, and we're okay with that. And not only are we okay with that, but we kind of live in a world where we are more than okay disappointing both sides. Right? As a kid from Tijuana and as a kid from the border, I feel really, honestly, unfazed when people go, "You're not Mexican enough," and when in the U.S. they go, "You're not American enough." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
There is literally no pleasing them.
That's my basically those are the stripes I wear on my tiger shirt, right? And so this idea when people would read the script. And by the way, Book of Life has like 10 really famous Mexican songs all over. It has Beethoven, it has Vivaldi, like it has music from everywhere, by the way. It has Mayan music, it has everything. But when people read Radiohead and Elvis and they read all these songs, they were like, "You can't have those." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because this is a Mexican movie." And I went, "You think in Mexico we only listen to Mexican music? We only eat Mexican food? And we only wear Mexican clothing?" No, in Mexico we take stuff from everywhere. In fact, Mexico is a clash of cultures. Literally, when Spain conquered the ancient world, like we are the children of culture clash. So I'm Mexican, it's my birthright. And if I want to do a Mexican version of an Elvis song, I think I'm allowed to do that. Yeah. And I remember Guillermo del Toro was like, "Gordo, you're absolutely right." Like, this is through the lens of a Mexican. If I was making a movie about Chinese culture, if I was making a movie about Greek mythology, that is not my birthright. But as a Mexican, I get to tell my version of the culture, right? I'm of the belief that if you try to speak for the whole culture, you will be crushed. It's impossible. You cannot carry the whole culture on your back. And I think some people think they have to. You don't have to do that. What you have to do is you do your interpretation of the culture, right? So I always bring up enchiladas. Everybody's enchiladas, everybody's moms, grandmas, everybody's enchiladas are different. And they're all delicious. Why? Because they're all coming from a true history. So if you grow up in the culture and you do your version of the culture, it's true because it came from you. And the example I always give is, I'm a big art fan. So the muralists to me in Mexico, Rivera, Orozco, and Siqueiros, if you look at their murals, they all did their version and interpretation of the conquest, of the Mexican Revolution, of the independence, right? These big tentpole movie moments in Mexican history. And they're all correct because it's their takes on that idea, those events, and that cultural impactful moment. So when I look at the stuff I do, I go, El Tigre is my version of a Mexican superhero. Book of Life is my version of Day of the Dead. Maya and the Three is my version of Mesoamerica. I'm not a historian. I don't work for the government. I am doing fantasy homage versions of things I love.
It's not a documentary.
Yeah.
Not a documentary. And if you try to please everybody, and every artist knows this, if you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing no one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always going to be extremes, right? There's always going to be the haters on both ends of the spectrum. Again, because I grew up in the border, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
You're like, I'm already used to not pleasing either side.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's a badge of honor.
Yeah. Do you? I just wanted to quickly ask before we move on the topic. Do you identify with the term Chicano? Since we both grew up in the border, and I guess it's a very specific experience, and so I think that's where the identity came from. But what do you think? What do you feel when you hear the word?
So I grew up. I'm originally from Mexico City. So in Mexico City, Chicano was a derogatory term.
Oh.
Right. It was like chicanada was basically something not well done.
Yeah.
And chicanery is basically considered not a good thing, right?
True.
So as soon as I moved to the border and I started going to school in San Isidro and in Chula Vista, all my best friends were Chicano. And it was interesting because first generation Chicanos, it was like a taboo to say Chicano. They were like, I'm Mexican American. And then second generation were like, no, I'm Chicano. Like there was even a divide in San Diego and in Chula Vista with that word. And I obviously I love the culture and I love the hybridity of the history of what that entails. But I felt like I can't say I'm Chicano because I wasn't born in the US. And so when I went to Cal Arts, there's Chicanos from literally all over the US. And for the first time, I met Chicanos from LA and from Chicago and from different parts of the US. And obviously, like, you don't say Chicano in Texas. Definitely don't say Chicano in Texas. And then LA Chicanos, at least the ones that I met, were very different from San Diego Chicanos.
Oh, yeah.
The anger was very different. I think the closer to Mexico you are, the more mellow you are. The further you get, the more angry you get about certain
things. Completely agree. I went to college in Fullerton, and boy, are they angry.
It was crazy. And then, again, I didn't know I was Mexican until I left Mexico. Right? At Cal Arts, first time I started having contact with people from Colombia and Argentina and Uruguay and Peru and Chile and Costa Rica and Puerto Rico. All people, literally people who I was like, wow, we talk the same, but we couldn't be more different. Mm-hmm. Right? We have a lot in common, but we have a lot of differences. And that tapestry was a huge influence on me. Mm-hmm. Because if aliens take you, you don't say, I'm from Mexico. You say, I'm from Earth.
Yeah.
right? And if the aliens put you in a cage and there's other species and then there's other humans, guess who you're gonna go hang out with? The humans.
Humans, yeah.
Hey,
So
don't get me started on that.
yeah, so
I was gonna say,
basically,
wait,
like,
wait. We
so
have an
when I
existential.
got there, I was like, I organically gravitated towards people from Latin America, Mexican Americans, and people from different parts of Latin America who
Mm,
were kind of like me, finding their identity, finding themselves,
yeah.
trying to honor where they were from, but not being defined from where they're from. And that was a big lesson to me. It was, don't let where you're from define who you are. You define where you're from.
Oh, I love that.
Make it happen. Make it happen, guys.
I love that so much.
I mean, we're already having a blast here with Jorge Gutierrez live on Mi Gente show, previewing his celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Book of Life. A monumental movie in terms of Bonzo had a question, how did a bunch of first timers get $50 million to make a movie? But we're talking about it. We're figuring it out right now. Okay, Gina, thank you for joining us as in one Book of Life. Won't let me watch the live. Well, you're on here now, so you're good.
Yeah.
Rosa Reviews is joining us. Hi, Rosa. Let's see. Liminal experience is truly the best facilitators for growth and creativity. Experience that in a different way, but I completely relate to that. Allison, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate your comments today. We have a question here from Keithan, but I want to share the link. If you guys want to come down to San Diego, March 17th, I'm putting it in the chat here. You can buy tickets to watch the Book of Life on its 10-year anniversary screening.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be March 17th for the San Diego Latino Film Festival, 6 p.m. We're going to do a Q&A with Jorge afterwards. If it's anything like this interview, it's going to be incredible. And as a proud sponsor and as somebody who, as a filmmaker, was first accepted by festivals, by the San Diego Latino Film Festivals, it's one of the most festivals that's most near and dear to my heart as a filmmaker. And there's a great, an incredible amount. There's a Cheech. Somebody had a question about Cheech. We have a Cheech tribute this year. We have movies from all over the world. You can check out. Oh, look at that. Mi Gente is a sponsor.
Wow, look at us there. We're tiny.
Hell yeah. They're showing Born in East LA, right? Cheech is gonna
be there.
Movie.
Yeah.
And as a curator for the festival, if you go here to where you can see, and you go to, where do you get to that? To the H, Hay que Reírse, which is my my curated films. You can see all the movies that are part of my comedy showcase, including movies from Colombia, movies from Peru, Chile, from Argentina, from Latinos all over the world. I'm going to be doing some live streams leading up to the festival. We'll be watching some trailers. We're going to be streaming live opening night at the festival on March 14th. And our Q&A from Jorge will also be streamed live during the festival as well. So there'll be plenty of times. Fernanda's a great movie that's part of our showcase. There's a lot of cool stuff here. So yeah, absolutely. Come on down. The 31st edition of the San Diego Latino Film Festival. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be fun. My Little Robot Son is a comedy that's part of my festival.
My quinceañera, look at that.
The quinceañera. There's all kinds of cool stuff happening, man. Every year I say the same thing, but the thing that I love most about being a part of the festival and being associated with the festival is being able to see all the young filmmakers and all the talent that Latinos have all over the world making movies. Like I said, from Mexico to Medellin to Uruguay to Spain, and all the incredible stories. I focus on the comedies, obviously, because since the festival is so serious, it's a border festival. There's going to be movies about immigration. There's going to be some trauma,
dark topics. Yeah,
there's going to be some dark topics, but Latinos are a resilient group, and that's what Hay que Reírse is about. So if you guys look for Hay que Reírse in that link, you'll be able to see all the movies that I selected, and it would be an honor to me if you guys can walk and come watch some movies with us. Johnny Papas, thank you for stopping by. Looking forward to the film festival. Such a great time last year. Let me get to a couple of questions here from the chat, and then we'll jump into some Hollywood stuff. Let's see. Keithan's asked, Jorge, if you ran an art school, would you add anything to the curriculum that is not currently offered?
The big one in animation school, which I think is ridiculous, and I've told Cal Arts this, is there's no screenwriting class for animation. So you learn story, you learn storyboarding, you learn, you're told to read Robert McKee and all the traditional Hollywood, Save the Cat, all that stuff. And you're supposed to know that inside out. But then we never write scripts. And in the television world and in the feature animation world, scripts is where the power is. And so none of us in animation got into it to write, right? We all got into it to draw.
Yeah.
So trying to force yourself to learn to write and become a screenwriter is just like drawing. You just have to do a ton of it. And so I wish if I could go back in time, I'd slap student Jorge around a little bit and be like, start writing scripts now, because you're gonna either pain now or pain later. You want pain early. So that's the advice I give. And by the way, anytime I say this in school to schools, kids are like, oh, I don't want to learn screenwriting. It's like eating vegetables. It's like, no one wants to do it. But that's where the power is. And directors who can write get to write their own future.
Absolutely. I'm hoping to go to grad school for screenwriting, so that makes me feel even better about that choice. Absolutely.
Ali, congrats.
We had a question from Alejandro earlier saying, wait, what was your question, Alejandro?
I like the Bonzo Killborn question.
Love Just a Friend. Was it Cheetah or Fluffy singing that?
It was both of them. And,
really?
Absolutely. And Cheech, incredible singer. For those who don't know, he did even a kids album. Cheech the Bus Driver. So amazing singer. And then Fluffy, for those who don't know, Fluffy's dad was a mariachi singer.
What?
Yeah. And so he can sing like a mariachi. Like he can do the grito, he can do everything.
Oh my God.
And my only regret is we should have done the full song, but we didn't have enough money. So we just did
All right, Bonzo, we got your question out. How did a bunch of first timers get $50 million to make Book of Life?
You'd be surprised how many times I get asked that. All right, here's the quick answer.
Give us a secret.
And here's the secret. So because I went to, because I killed myself on my student short, it won an Emmy. Because that thing won a student Emmy, I made a little internet cartoon, and that got picked up by Sony. That got canceled. I did 3 pilots, Disney, Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network. None of those went through. Then I did a pilot for Nickelodeon called El Tigre. That gets picked up. El Tigre only 1 season, but it won 5 Emmys. The most Emmys a show has won in 1 season. Gets canceled. Because of El Tigre, DreamWorks hires me to do Book of Life based on my student short, which is where it came from. I work at DreamWorks for 1 year. They were going to pair me up with another director because I had never directed a movie, but I had 5 Emmys. And so a year after doing Book of Life at DreamWorks, they said, you can't have bullfighting, can't take place in Mexico, main character can't die, they can't be wooden dolls. And this is 2009. And we want the movie to take place in Washington Heights in New York. And we want it to be a salsa hip hop musical. And we're going to pair you up with, and they read it because it's 2009. So this is way before Hamilton and way before In the Heights. And they go, we want to pair you up with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Shut up.
And I told Lin this story, and he thought it was hilarious. So I quit. I quit on the spot. I was like, no to your $200 million movie. You tell Lin-Manuel Miranda, you tell her that good luck with her career. So I quit, and at that point my wife was pregnant, and my parents were going like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I gotta be me." I went on to do another pilot for Disney. Then I went and did another pilot for Nickelodeon. I was working at Warner Brothers doing shorts for a TV show called Mad. It was like parodies. out of nowhere, this little studio in Texas called Real Effects, who'd never done a movie, goes, "Hey, we heard you quit at DreamWorks. We don't have $200 million to make a movie. We have $25 million to make a movie. If you move to Texas and you write the script here and you design the movie here and you get us a giant producer to help produce the movie and find another $25 million, we think we can make the movie for 50." So I took a leap of faith, right? Sandra and I talked about it and we agreed, if I don't take this risk, I'm going to live with regret my whole life. And the last thing I want to do is live with any regrets. And as you guys know, sacrifice is the key to success. And I was like, well, I left Mexico to make movies in Hollywood, and now I have to leave Hollywood to make a movie about Mexico. So have never been to Texas. We moved to Dallas, rough. And we worked on it for a year. And we made a list of the top 3 producers that I wanted to work with. Obviously, Guillermo del Toro was number 1. Robert Rodriguez was number 2. Don't tell Robert. And number 3, I think I put Almodovar because Almodovar had produced Devil's Backbone for Guillermo. So I was like, I'll get the guy who produced Guillermo. And I'm a big Almodovar fan. So a year, write the script, all this stuff. Eventually, getting to Guillermo was really hard. He turned me down, like, after saying he would agree to hear me pitch, he turned me down 15 times. Finally, I get to pitch him the movie, disastrous, famous pitch. And at the end, he said, ever since he met me, he calls me Gordo. And he's like, Gordo, I have 2 daughters. I would watch your cartoon on Saturday mornings with them. I know how much you love the culture. I know how much you love what you do. And of course, I'm going to produce your movie. So with Guillermo as a producer, obviously that changed everything. Yeah. And what was shocking was having him as a producer didn't guarantee the movie getting made. They still slammed doors on our faces. We pitched it everywhere.
Wow.
And Fox was the studio who said, we want to do Shape of Water. And so Guillermo, let's make Book of Life. And then maybe you can do Shape of Water after. And sure enough, that's where he did Shape of Water and won an Oscar for them. So there's a whole, the way Hollywood works, it's always, there's a million things happening. Guillermo was in Pacific Rim at the time. He had just come back from New Zealand from leaving the Hobbit. So it was a crazy experience. And as hard as I had worked up until that point in my life, I thought I was the hardest working Mexican ever, right? I was like, I only sleep 4 hours. I work hard. I met Guillermo, and it was like I was a fake. I was a faker compared to Guillermo.
Wow.
Guillermo was like, "Oh, you sleep 4 hours? Oh, that must be nice to be that lazy." Like, crazy how much that guy worked.
Listen,
so that changed my career and changed my life and changed everything. But when people ask me, how'd you get $50 million? That's how we got $50 million.
Oh my God.
It took 15 years.
Listen, if Guillermo del Toro ever called me Gordo, I think I would faint, Hashtag life goal.
Like an honor, yes.
No, fuck, that's it. That's insane.
You just have to animate a short, you just have to animate a show and get 5 Emmys. You're fine. You could,
Emmys. You need to get rejected 15 times. Get
insanely talented. Yeah.
Make sure your hero has 2 daughters and they watch your show every morning.
A Nickelodeon in the morning. No, totally easy. Doable. We could do easy.
That's why when my mom's friends are like, "Oh, you're so lucky." I'm like, lucky? You know how hard it's
this is not luck. This is hard work.
Persistent. All right, guys, we're live here with Jorge. We got a little bit more time with him. We do want to ask a couple more questions. If you guys have another question, we'll try to get it in before we have to let him go. I did want to ask you a couple of Hollywood questions, Jorge.
Love Hollywood.
Because Hollywood. I love your Mexopolis hashtag Hollywoods on Twitter. If you guys don't follow, they're hilarious. But in terms of because you just talked about how difficult it is to get a movie made, but these things that have been happening where these $50 million, $100 million movies are getting made and then they're getting deleted as a tax write-off. Batgirl, Coyote versus Acme. Halle Berry had a movie that got
Yep.
shelved like a little while ago. Um, how does that make you feel as a creative? Do you have some thoughts of that? I want to give you a little bit of time if you wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean it's heartbreaking, and it doesn't want to make me work with Warner Brothers. Sure as hell, none of my friends want to pitch a movie there or a TV show
Shout out
there.
Netflix.
Yeah, well, and the reality of what we just lived through is that there was a there was a streaming explosion, and they made too much stuff, right? Literally, they made too much stuff, and now what you're seeing is that new generations and new people are finding things from 10 years ago and 5 years ago and 3 years ago, and those are doing better than new things. So the consumption of old, it's like Friends still does better than most new shows. The Office is still more watched worldwide than any new show. So those are the things that are a little shocking, because when we were growing up, when Friends finished airing, that was it. You saw it on reruns on other channels, but the main channels basically shoved new content in your face. That's gone now. So I think we're in a moment of adjustment. Yeah. And I think these companies are like giant dinosaurs. And as they're trying to turn, they're destroying so many things on the way there. And they can't move fast enough with how fast things are happening. I think for people like me who are trying to do original things, it's just getting really tough, because everywhere Netflix included, everywhere I work, they go, can you do your take on this thing we own? Or I pitch something original and they go, that's great. That could be a Batgirl movie. Right? So like they're backwards engineering your thing to become the thing. It's like the Isa Lopez with True Detective, right? It's like she pitched a movie and they were like, wow, that could be True Detective. So she backwards engineered it into a True Detective season. And I think that's what you're seeing now, right? And when our greatest, incredible filmmakers are making movies based on famous toys and famous IP and remaking famous movies, that should tell you what's happening. There's a fear of the new and a fear of originals. And the irony of all this is that Star Wars was once an indie movie. Right? The Matrix was a brand new IP. Like all these things were brand new. These famous IPs were brand new when they were created. And I think we're in a dark era of fear from all the studios on new things. Unfortunately, we lived through a period where diversity got a bad name, right? We're in the hangover of that era where they go, man, we greenlit all these diverse filmmakers and storytellers and diverse stories, and none of them were hits. So we're going back to the old ways. That's basically what I'm hearing, right, in Hollywood. And so this moment we're living in is pretty grim. I think it's going to get a little bit
non-existent.
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit better when the cynicism of a company is so blatant now, where they go, hey, Coyote versus Acme cost $85 million. As a company, it's easier for us to write this off for $85 million loss than to sell it to a streamer where we'll only make $20 million. Yeah. Like, we rather write off 85 than 20.
Oh, it's so fucking, that's so soul crushing. I mean, I mean, if it's soul crushing for you that have been able to work with major producers, etc., and imagine how soul crushing it is for people like us that are trying like that have wanted to make movies since we were walking around as kids, and are like, man, what hope is there for the rest of us that are trying to get in?
The hope, which is happening, is I'm from the animation world, so I'm seeing it in animation more than anything. Is the era of the indies, the new indies, right? Indies 2.0 is upon us. And what's happened in animation is there are these kids out of school or basically like fed up professionals who are going on YouTube and making content and making their cartoons, and they're finding an audience and they're blowing up, and Hollywood is going, oh my God, we want you to do more of the thing you already did that already found an audience. And some of them are going, no, I did it. I did all this without you. I don't need you.
Yeah.
And so Netflix is telling us our biggest competitor is not Disney. It's not Max. our biggest competitor is YouTube and TikTok.
True. Very
All right.
true.
Okay. So there's hope.
That's true.
There's hope. All right, guys. I think we got disconnected from Instagram, but we're still live on Facebook, YouTube, and across other channels. We're wrapping up here with Mr. Jorge Gutierrez. I want to remind you guys, if you guys are just tuning in to us, the first time watching us, please leave us a like, subscribe. Helps us out tremendously. Make sure you leave a comment. We have a question. We'll try to get to a couple more. I do have a couple more things I wanted to mention with Jorge, and then I'll let Sophia, if you have another question. I did want okay, I talked to you. I gave you this when we first talked, when we were talking about you coming down for the festival, which was that there's an alternate dimension where me and Zoe Zaldana.
Oh my God. Síguele.
Remember, I well, because she actually graduated from my same high school. I was a year ahead of her. I think she graduated like 97. I graduated 96. And then when I
was 94.
Oh yeah, so I'm just a couple of years behind you. I mean, but brown don't frown. That's why I still look youthful, like we're 27. But I was the lead of my high school play, like my junior and senior year. I was an actor. I was in a newspaper, and it baffles my mind that I didn't recognize her from that she was in that school at the same time. I don't know if she was there the whole time, and I think you told me that she was like more of a dancer than an actor at that time, so that might have been why I never knew her. But
you missed your shot, Lou. You missed your
shot.
There's
an alternate universe where I could have shot my shot with Zoe. And she's like in like 7 of the top 10 grossing movies of all time. And, so you know what I mean. Next time you're in a recording session with her, you can drop my name. You know, say what's up, man.
She'll be like, who?
Shoot her an invite to be on the pod sometime. Yes, Vinziger. Yes, Vinziger. We're gonna ask your question that you ask every single time. Vinziger is obsessed with Japanese animation. He's got a question. I want to ask George, how does he feel about anime, manga, and all things Japanese and Asian dominating the West?
Well, if I can show you guys, like, I'm a huge anime fan, so I have a ton of anime stuff, and I'm of the belief that we're living in an era where, you know, the way Japanese animation works is a model and a system that is tough, very tough to compete with, and I'm very conflicted by it because here's what happens. So, you know, an author in Japan will do a manga, right? Comic books. They will write the manga, and if it's successful, they keep writing them. And then there's basically like eras of this manga. So that basically, he's the screenwriter and the creator, and he's written all this stuff. A Japanese company and animation will license that and then make animated versions of those mangas, right? So One Piece is literally 1,000 episodes. That system, right? So that means the manga was successful and a built-in audience loves it already. So it's been tested. Once it goes into animation, these companies make these cartoons for nothing. Their budgets are ridiculously low. The stories from Japan for animation are horrendous. People living with their parents, people passing out and dying at work. They get paid nothing. They obviously they send it to the Philippines and different countries to make it even cheaper. That stuff comes to the US and it's already successful in the Japanese market. Then it blows up in the US, it blows up in China, it blows up all over the world. And an American cartoon or a European cartoon, you cannot compete with that. Literally, it's impossible. Like, making an animated show in Mexico is more expensive than making it in Japan. That's how crazy the budgets are.
Yeah.
So I love anime, but I'm very conflicted by how dangerous it is for artists to make it. And I'm very conflicted by what's happening now, where what we're being told is cartoons from 6 to 11-year-olds, which was El Tigre, and it was, you know, the bread and butter of the animation industry for years, is dead because kids are now playing video games and watching anime. And so you're going to see cartoons get younger and older, right? So there's going to be more preschool. It's only going to get bigger. And then there's more adult animation. But the middle is gone, which is kind of shocking.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm some of my favorite animation is like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, BoJack, you know, Rick and Morty, obviously Lucy, Daughter of the Devil, underrated gem. So I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for the adult animation, but it's weird that that middle part is getting scrunched together.
Yeah, and the other weird part is this idea of nostalgia, right? So nostalgia used to be you grow up with the movies you love, the toys you love, and then you had kids, and you basically forced your kids to like the thing you liked.
Oh yeah,
right? That's basically how Hollywood nostalgia works, right? Oh, I grew up with a Ninja Turtle, so now my kid's gonna be a Ninja Turtles fan.
Yeah.
What's happening now is we're in the video game nostalgia era, right? So I grew up playing blah 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 game,
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart for me.
Mario.
And you're gonna see a bazillion video game movies. Right, that's what's coming. And I mean, what's unique and weird is we went from the comic book era, right? I grew up reading these comics, and now I'm gonna have my
Mattel
kids.
now.
Yeah, and now we're in the product nostalgia era.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're seeing movies about the guy who invented the Air Jordans and the guy who invented Facebook. Like we're living in an era of product movies.
That's so true. But I'm so conflicted on it.
Right? Like the
it's hard.
Cheetos movie. Like really, that's
Flamin' Hot was great. Yeah. It's hard.
And that's the era we're in. And the era of you know, they're gonna redo anything you love, they're gonna redo it. And they're gonna do a new take on it. And so as a filmmaker, you know, like you guys, if someone went, hey, Dune, you like that? Did you like that book? Did you like that movie? You wanna make Dune? We'd love to see your version of it. As a filmmaker, how do you say no to that?
Yeah.
Right?
Especially if it's easier to get greenlit, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then you're like, all right, I'll put my original stuff on the side.
Maybe you'll let me make that later.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. It used to be one for them, one for me, right? That's basically the Christopher Nolan thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'll give you Batman, but you let me do something original. Then I'll give you Batman 2, and then something original. Mm-hmm. So that was the old system, right? One for them, one for you. One for them, one for you. Now it's all for them. So it's a different era.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're wrapping up here with Jorge Gutierrez, 10-year anniversary of the Book of Life, happening March 17th. Live Q&A with Mi Gente show after the screening. He's going to be down here the whole day, hanging with us. He's going to sign posters for the kids. Let's get Mello on here real quick. Hey, Mello, how you doing?
Welcome, Mello.
Hello.
Mello is going to be hosting there's an art event for kids where it's art inspired by Jorge's work. So we're awesome. And then Andy here is going to be joining us. He's part of the Arte Latino. We're going to be showing Jorge around the murals, talking to some muralists here at Chicano Park. We're going to be eating some local cuisine. It's going to be a whole Jorge day. I wanted to pop you guys back on real quick before we say goodbye to Jorge. I do want to give you guys one last chance because I want to do this drawing before we let Jorge go. So if you guys are going to be in San Diego, please hit hashtag Book of Life. And I'm going to draw right now to give away two tickets to the screening. Sophia, did you have another question for Jorge before we leave? I'm going to give people a little bit of time because we got to let Jorge go in a minute. Jorge, did you have another question?
I mean, I did, but it's okay. So it has to do because I heard you say emotion is the best effect in animation, and you don't need software. And you don't need software. You need humanity, and that really spoke to me because when we were talking about kind of like the film industry earlier, what are your thoughts? That being said, on AI and how that could affect the future of filmmaking, acting, and also animation as a whole. I know it's a heavy question. So.
Yeah, it's a tough, it's a tough question. AI is a remixer, right? Mm-hmm. It can only reference existing things. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the audience is going to be down with this. I really don't think the audience. I think for super low budget stuff, it might help people do some establishing shots. Like basically, people who need to do certain things that they can't afford to do, it will allow you to do them. I don't see the big studios. I don't see
Storyboarding.
indies changing that much stuff. For acting, I do think it will affect crowd shots and it will affect some potentially ADR, right? Because it's happening already where they can't get an actor to re-record a line for a trailer and they're using AI, and SAG is basically going, as long as the actor agrees to it and you pay them, you can use AI.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're protected.
Yeah.
So just like when digital instrumentation happened in music, and in the beginning people freaked out and they were like, we will never need to play the guitar and we will never need to play a trumpet and live performing will disappear. That did not happen, right?
That didn't happen.
When photography started, they were like, that's the end of painting. No need to paint ever again. That did not happen. So I think AI, honestly, I believe it's a tool that we're all going to eventually be using and is going to help us, but it's not going to completely change the way the world, some people are believing. I just don't see it. What we do is so iterative and there's so many notes and there's so many people changing things. I honestly don't think AI can do that. Maybe in 20 years, when the robots are taking over and we work for them, I will look back at this conversation and go, man, I was so naive. But I just don't see it happening. I'm very lucky and I'm very privileged, and I've gone to all the big studios around Hollywood, and AI is being used for, fixing things in post and helping with crowd shots and adding simulations of stand, like all the things that we used to do before, but better. So I think it's just another tool. It's like another, when you pitched a movie before, they would go, give us a mood board. So you go online and you find images that represented what you wanted to make, and you grab clips from movies, and you went, this is what the movie's going to be like. Now with AI, you go into prompts and you go, I don't know, robot Mexican wrestler, Salma Hayek, like as a lizard, and you put them together and you go, here's the idea what the movie's going to be like. But if the movie gets greenlit, you start over. You can't use any of that AI stuff because it's not copyrighted. So it's just another tool.
I for one, welcome our new alien and robot overlords. So.
And Lizard Salma Hayek coming
Lizard Salma
Hayek. I'm sorry. Were you looking at my Google search? What's going on? All right, Jorge. Like I said, we're gonna let you go here. I did want to ask you, as I asked before, if you could do a quick promo for the show for us. I'll put you up on the screen real quick, and if you could just say, hey, you're watching or listening to Mi Gente show, and anything else you want to add, we would appreciate it. Okay, is that cool with you, man?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get you out. All right, anytime you're ready.
Hello, I'm Jorge Gutierrez, director of the Book of Life, and I'm so happy to be with Mi Gente with Luis and Sofia. You should totally watch this, and you will become a better human being.
Yeah!
All right.
You heard it here first.
Thank you, Jorge. All right, we're gonna give away these 2 tickets right now. All right, we're gonna hit the button here. All right, we're drawing. This kid is gonna win 2 tickets to watch the movie, and it's gonna be JBS. Thank you. All right, Jorge. And I appreciate you so much. I look forward to meeting you in person and hanging out with you at the festival. Thank you, guys. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for your assistant for setting us up today as well. Shout out Esther. And we look forward to celebrating the movie's 10th anniversary at the festival this year. And we won't bother you until we see you that Sunday. Okay.
All right, you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, Jorge. It means a lot.
Thank you, Jorge.
Oh.
Man.
All right.
Thank
How
you guys
cool
for
was-
sticking around, by the way.
I'm
Oh
so
my goodness.
excited.
How cool was that?
That was a great interview. I learned a lot about him, and I love the story about the creep, and that's awesome. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
absolutely.
I want to know more about the art show that you're gonna have, Mello. I know it's Book of Life
Yeah.
at the center of it.
Inspired.
So yeah, inspired. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little
So
more
it's
about
a
it?
youth art show. We'll have it here at the Hub space. And so we will have a few pieces up, but we want to include every youth guest that comes through the door. So we'll have like a little setup with paper and like crayons or something, and you know, create some art inspired by Jorge's films and his own art as well. And primarily the Book of Life, of course, because that's what we're
Celebrating.
gonna celebrating exactly. And yeah, so as soon as they're done, we could just add it to the exhibition. So it'll be like an ongoing youth art show. So that Sunday we'll have an art reception, and from about 4 to 5:30 we'll have Jorge here, you know, a meet and greet and signing posters and things like that. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun that day.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Too.
And Andy, what are your? I know we talked a little bit before the stream about what's going to happen, but what are your plans for that Sunday morning with us? You're muted, Andy. Can't hear you.
It's.
Huh?
I think
Try it
he
again?
just lost sound because he.
Is you all right?
No.
No, yeah, can't hear you.
You can
Sorry.
read lips. Just talk like this.
Easy.
He said, "Ah, get me out of here."
Oh man.
He said, "Help me, please."
All right. Well, I do kind of
We
have an
were
idea.
going to Barrio Dog or tacos.
Oh, wait,
the
what-
Chicano Park mural.
If Jorge only knew that Luis makes people cry. Makes people cry. I purposely did not do a bracket bit with Jorge.
Good.
I should have. I should have done a bracket bit with
We
Jorge.
would have. He would have never shown on Sunday if had
He
you
would
done
have
a
never shown
bracket bit.
We haven't done a bracket bit in a while.
We
We'll do it.
haven't. We should
Yeah,
do
no.
one just for you and for me. Just
Maybe
on
we should do a
painful
bracket bit with
topics
him
for us.
live when we do the live Q&A afterwards with him. But yeah, so Arte Latino, lots of stuff happening during the festival. I'm sure that we'll try to do a more formal segment with you guys leading up to the festival as well. I'm glad you guys stuck around to talk to Andy before the stream and to hang out with us afterwards. So yeah, awesome. It's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun event.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the festival. So
Sunday, March 17th. Is
Sunday, March
our
17th.
Family Day here.
And where
So we'll
can you
also have.
You said at the
it's
hub.
right- the hub space, yeah. It's the old Ruby's Diner building. It's right across the way from the AMC Theater at Mission Valley Mall. So yeah, that 17th is going to be our Family Day, and we have children's author Sara Mercado Cassidy, and she's gonna bring her book Lele Viene de Amealco. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one, but I'm really excited because we're gonna be able to meet her. Maybe she'll have like read the story, or I don't know the exact details, but I'm really excited to meet her. And so then after that, at 4 to about 5:30, we'll have Jorge do the meet and greet and the artist reception.
It's exciting.
That's
Alrighty, and that's at Mission Valley Mall, everybody.
That sounds awesome. All right. So, and then I just wanted to bring this up real quick because we also have some featured artists that are going to be there. Barbara Gonzalez, who you can find tattooing at SoCal Tattoo Main Street, doing incredible work.
Mm-hmm.
We have Manny Lopez, photographer. Esme, who I think is in the chat tonight. Thank you.
That Bad Bunny painting did so good last year. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Nice,
where you get Josefina Arevalo, also an artist. Aren Kairen Murillo, All right. Murdo Art. I know this guy, Jorge Pina. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff happening during the festival, art-wise.
Lots, yes. And then here at the hub, we have art installations going up as well, and we have 4 off-site galleries in collaboration with the festival as well. We have them at the UCSD Park and Market. We have it at Cafeina Cafe in City Heights. We have SoCal Tattoo over here at National City / Barrio Logan. That's Luis's place. We have it at My Point Credit Union. And yeah, that's it. And here at the hub, exactly.
There it is.
So we have six this year, 6 exhibition films. So
all right. Well, the only way to top the 30th anniversary is to go big or go home. So
exactly. That is totally my motto.
No, that's right.
All right, cool. So I'm glad you guys got a chance to hang out. Bad Bunny baby. I'm excited to see you guys ago.
Yes.
Hey, Alex.
Sounds amazing for the cake. Johnny Potatoes is in the house. Hopefully you can come down, Johnny. Hopefully your leg is better. You're doing better. You can come down and hang out with us, please. All right. Well, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Mela, for stopping by tonight.
Thank you, guys.
I'm sure I'll be talking with you guys more in the future.
Andy's still mute. He's like,
Andy's still muted. I think he's saying, if I could read his lips, it's Lou, you're the best.
No.
Your back must hurt from carrying the show.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know what else he said. All right. Either way. It's cool. Close enough. Thank you, Andy. I'll see you guys later. Later, Mello.
See you guys.
Later. I'll see you guys later. All right, let's get these guys. Peace out. All right.
Love them. We're going to all kick it on Sunday. Can't wait. All this art.
Thank you, Esme, for stopping by. Oh, okay. I think we need to take a
quick palate cleanser. A meditation moment.
Meditation moments.
That was fun.
Yeah, how incredible was that?
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's more.
Joining us.
Can you imagine Bad Bunny?
Zoe Saldana.
Oh my God. The day. It will happen. We're manifesting it, and the day that happens.
The day that happens, it'll be cool. Listen,
you'll
man,
probably run away. You're gonna get shy. So
I would poop myself. All right, guys, and here again, just to share is there's so many Bonzo. We're like 40 subscribers away from monetization. It's funny. Yeah. Honestly, when we first started YouTube, I didn't really care about it. I was just putting stuff up for free, not really planning it or working on it. I've been trying to focus more on it, but yeah, we need to get to, I think they lowered it to 500. We're like at 410.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so if anybody that's not subscribed to 2M Burrito YouTube, please subscribe, share it with your friends, go on there, comment on some of our videos, share some of our videos, share some of our live streams.
The YouTube, guys.
Yeah, but that one's like 400.
That one's farther away.
Farther away. So let's get one of them monetized at least, Sophia.
There you go.
So yeah, some of the movies that are part of my showcase here: Angela and Perla, that's from Argentina. Barrote Films, which is a film from Puerto Rico. CPA, which is a short. Death in Training is part of the shorts. Desconectados is a film from Peru. I believe. No, this one's from Chile. That's really cool. Eso No Rima is a really cool short from Costa Rica that's part of the shorts program. Fernanda is a cool short from New York with a Colombian non-binary actress as the lead. Amores Incompletos. Muerto la Risa is from Peru. Let the Dance Begin is from Argentina. My Little Robot Son is here from California. Nea is my favorite movie on the festival this year.
Whoa there. I thought you couldn't choose. I thought they're like your children.
No, but this is my favorite. No, but it's a favorite. It's from Medellin. What's up, David Favela? I think we're gonna be doing something with Jorge at Border X, hopefully.
Border X, let's go.
Nea is gonna blow your mind when you watch it. It is a comedic short from Medellin. It's part of the shorts program. The shorts program plays on opening night, March 14th. We're going to be at the festival live. It's opening night at 8:30. And it's about 8 or 9 comedies that are all amazing. My comedy showcase sells out every year. This year, there's 2 screenings for it. So you can watch it on opening night, March 14th, or you can watch it on Saturday, the 23rd at 2:30 in the afternoon. So if you're coming for Sabor Latino, which is that Saturday,
Yes.
Saturday the 23rd, you can come, get some food, get some tequila, and then watch some comedies with me at 2:30. Or if you want to just do opening night and then go to the party afterwards, you can come watch the comedies at 8:30 on the 14th. And then on the 17th, that's the first Sunday of the festival. That's going to be Family Day. That's when Jorge is going to be there. And then we'll get it going from there. So and then all these other features like Muerto de la Risa, Empieza el Baile, Noche de Bodas, all the features are going to be screening multiple times during the festival. So from the 14th to the 24th, I'm going to be there. I'll have Mi Gente show stickers. I'll have so if you find me, if you don't have a sticker, but yeah, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Season starting. I'm excited.
Bonzo, give me the password. I'll send a steady stream account up here for you. I assume the 2-factor verification is Sophia's number, so I'll need that one too. Yeah, no. Let's do it.
Nice. Yeah, very good. Very slick, Bonzo.
Man, listen, you had a 50-50 chance there.
He's getting closer.
Yeah. It's happening. All right.
You could use a steady stream of content.
Yeah, listen. We got 3 jobs. I'm moving. We got kids, dogs. It's tough, man. But
whoa. You said kids right there? Hold on.
Oh shit, you know.
Well, that's true.
For babies.
Yeah.
Listen, at least we know our growth is not organic. I've never bought in views or subscribers, even though it's so easy to do it. And I just feel like at least it's something, you know what I mean?
There was actually one conversation we had, because I feel like everyone in the beginning is very like pro buying fake followers, likes, views, whatever. And we were like, no, let's see how we grow organically.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever. Like I think like we do it out of the love. So you know what? It's hopefully it keeps going and we monetize, and then we make it our main job. You know, we never know.
That'd be great.
Hey, listen, we had incredible interactions today. Jorge retweeted us. Thank you. Yeah.
Happy you got kids, Lou. He's been hiding them from us. All them kids in Medellin. I knew it.
All them kids. I have one son. That's my son because he's my son. So
minion.
My little minion. Who I love. Who recharges my battery every time.
Speaking of, how's the minion tattoo holding up?
The minion tattoo is good. It's I mean, life update. Yeah, I almost lost my leg, guys, because I was fucking around and not taking care of myself, and my diabetes was
found out.
I fucked around, found out. I ended up in the hospital for a little bit. They gave me shitloads of antibiotics. They were like, "Why aren't you coming earlier?" And I was like, "Because I got this tattoo and I wanted to save the tattoo." And they're like, "We're trying to save your leg." And they said, "Next time we're going to chop your leg off if you don't take care of yourself." So I've been no more sodas, no more sugar. Well, almost like I cut out 90% of all my shit that I was fucking around with. And I'm at the gym 3 days a week. And like I said, I bought this shirt at the festival a year ago, and it was tight as fuck on me. And I bought 2X because that's the only size. And today I'm wearing it, and it's fine. So I'm down to size, and I'm not fucking around anymore because I want to make movies and see my minion grow up and stuff. And the tattoo was really fucked up when it was healing. And now it's fine. It just looks like I got it like 7 years ago. So it doesn't look like a crisp new tattoo. You can still, it's fine. You can see it. It's basically it just because the infection was right there. It got a little beat up. But I'm gonna wait till I'm in a little bit better shape, and then the artist is gonna touch it up for me. But
yeah, I was gonna say, is there any fixture to it? They can just touch it up a bit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Cool. It didn't need there's no scar tissue over it. There's a little tiny bit of scar tissue. But it's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to end up. And the healthier I get, I'll be able to get back on it and do that. So yeah, look forward to that.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. You made it out, and listen, hey, that menu's gonna look crisp as soon as you fully make it out of it.
As soon as we make it out. All right, guys. Well, I mean, I think we did all that we could do today. So,
yeah, I was gonna say there's no topping that, so I don't think we need to do tabs this time. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think we're good. The only, I mean,
no Nama's ways. Fun.
Let me see. I can check. I don't know if we
have any funny no Namas. I haven't been pimping it out, so I don't know. Have you?
No, honestly, no. Let me see if we have any secret responses. No.
You know what? We should put it in the chat right now if you have the link, if it's possible. Let me see if I can find it. But
I have the link.
Everyone in the chat currently, we do most weeks an anonymous advice column called Nonama's Way, and it's the same link. So if you get the link and you just save it on your notes app or something, whenever there is a situation in your life in which you find yourself needing anonymous advice from two Latino hosts who are not professionals, just go ahead and drop it in the link, and we'll answer it on the show.
Yeah, or if you find some interesting, like if you find an interesting "Am I the asshole?" or advice column.
My friend is going through something. Just it's the same link always. Everyone, please submit. It's on our Instagram, Twitter, everywhere.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for all the new chat interaction. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Thank you for all the old school heads that came in. I mean, we had Bonzo, we had Esme, we had Favela, we had Papa. We had Ethan, Mark Negret, Jose, Alejandro, Alan dropping in. We had Been Enslaved by Vegetable, October, Bonzo, everybody, man. We had a poppin' ass chat tonight. So I appreciate you guys. How fucking awesome was Jorge?
It was amazing.
You know what I mean? Like it was an incredible show. It was an incredible night for the podcast, for the stream.
Absolutely. Thanks for all the love and support.
Thank you for all the love and support. We will be back next week with a big time stream previews. I'll be going live randomly next week leading up to the festival as well. So
stay tuned. Stay tuned for all of it.
I need to unwind. All right. And subscribe to the Patreon. We don't have a Patreon, but we need a Patreon.
We do need one. We should probably set one up. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Well, you know what we could do on the Patreon is put the after show on there.
Dude, the after show where we're just unfiltered and
because like I said, like Sophia and I will now do another 30-minute show, just me and her after this. Just breaking.
We're just gonna kick it. We're just gonna be like, all right, well that was cool, and then we're gonna hang out and catch up and talk shit. So.
All right. Well, all right, guys. Well, we love you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
We'll get that Patreon going.
We'll try better next time. Peace out.
Love you. Hasta luego.
Vamos, papá, hay que irnos. Me estoy aguantando desde que pusieron el domo.
Puedes esperar. Muchas personas trabajaron en esta película y solo quieren que te aprendas sus nombres de memoria.
Y yo quiero asegurarme de que ningún animal resultó lesionado durante la filmación de esta película.
¡Listo! ¡Uy, palomitas en el suelo! Wow.
Espera, parece que Maggie tiene algo que decir. Pero es su primera palabra.